Good night, morning, or afternoon, or evening, everyone. Welcome back. So, tonight we have, I believe it's a bus. I think it's a bus. Cars, a plane, and a train. Can anyone guess our topic for today? Our topic is means of transportation, which in French would be moyen de transport. So this sentence reads, some modes of transportation. Des moyens de transport. Des moyens de transport. And that is our topic today. Today we will be looking at how to pronounce, well, we will be looking at the vocabulary for the different, we'll be looking at the translations or the conjugations, the translations of different modes of transportation in English, into French. We'll be looking at the French translations, and what else? Well, we'll be looking at vocabulary linked to the different modes of transportation, and last but not least, we'll practice, of course, as we always do. So to get our appetite a little wet, to make sure we understand what we've gone through so far. So let's begin. Our first means of transportation: an airplane. So the French translation for the word airplane is l'avion. 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 Not l'avion. 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 And it is masculine. Because we don't see the letter which comes after the L, we may not know the quote-unquote gender of the word. So that's why you put the M in brackets, so you know. L'avion. So when you're describing it with an adjective, you use the masculine form of the adjective, because avion is masculine. So l'avion. 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 So as I mentioned before, we're going to be looking at vocabulary which is linked to these modes of transportation. So here is some vocabulary associated with this means of transportation. Here we have flight, le vol, flight, le vol. Airline ticket, le billet d'avion. So if you're talking about the plane, if you're talking about a plane, you may not necessarily need to say le billet d'avion. You may just say le billet. But airline ticket is le billet d'avion. Ticket, le billet. Last but certainly not least, you have seat, le siège. So because of the le, we say it's masculine. Le siège. Le siège. Le siège. So I'm just going to pronounce everything once again. Airplane, l'avion. 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 And it's masculine. Flight, le vol. Le vol. Flight. Ticket, le billet, when you're referring to a plane. But if you want to be specific and say the airline ticket, you would say le billet d'avion. Le billet d'avion. Le billet d'avion. Last but not least, seats. So you know, in a plane there are seats. So this seat would be referred to as le siège. Le siège. Le siège. And last but not least, I have a sentence which includes this mode of transportation, this means of transportation. So in English, the sentence reads, my sister and I are going to board the plane in 10 minutes. So that is my sentence. My sister and I are going to board the plane in 10 minutes. So The translation of that would be ma sœur et moi, my sister and I, ma sœur et moi are going to allons, and we use allons because it's my sister and I. If you were to replace the noun, which is my sister and I, with a, what do you call it, with a subject pronoun, you would use nous. So, ma sœur et moi, my sister and I, allons, conjugation of aller in the conjugation of aller usually, forgive me. So the conjugation of aller for the new form, and then we have the infinitive form afterwards. So, ma sœur et moi allons embarquer dans l'avion dans 10 minutes. Ou ma sœur et moi allons monter à bord de l'avion dans 10 minutes. 10 minutes? 10 minutes, oui, 10 minutes. So, one last time. Ma sœur et moi allons embarquer, because you have the S and the E. I forgot the liaison the first time. So, allons embarquer. Allons embarquer l'avion dans 10 minutes. Ou ma sœur et moi allons monter à bord de l'avion dans 10 minutes. My sister and I are going to board the plane in 10 minutes. So we see l'avion, which is the plane, is used here. And here's a brief note. So embarquer dans l'avion ou monter à bord de l'avion is to board the plane. So you could use either or. It's either embarquer dans l'avion or monter à bord de l'avion. That's to board the plane. Next we have a boat. So the English say boat, but the French say le bateau. It depends on the boat, but more or less, le bateau. Le bateau. And we know that it's masculine. Le bateau. So here's the vocabulary associated with this means of transportation. So we have to go boating or to boat. That's a naviguer. To go boating or to boat. Naviguer. Fishing boat. Le bateau de pêche. So boat is le bateau. Fishing boat is le bateau de pêche. Last but not least, a boat trip. L'excursion en bateau. L'excursion en bateau. And it's feminine. Why is it feminine? Because of l'excursion, that is a feminine noun. So l'excursion de bateau. Fishing trip. So I'm going to repeat once again. Boat, le bateau. Le bateau. Le bateau. To go boating or to boat, naviguer, not naviguer, naviguer, naviguer. We have fishing boat, le bateau de pêche, le bateau de pêche, le bateau de pêche. And last but not least, boat trip, l'excursion en bateau. L'excursion en bateau. And that one is feminine, so remember that. L'excursion is feminine, so l'excursion en bateau. Feminine. So, here's another example. Here's a sentence, I should say, including the mode of transportation. So, my cousins rented a boat for the weekend. My cousins rented a boat for the weekend. So, mes cousins ont loué un bateau pendant le week-end. So, mes cousins ont loué un bateau pendant le week-end. My cousins, mes cousins, rented, ont loué a boat, un bateau for the weekend, pendant le weekend. So, we see that the bateau is included in here. And also a brief note, louer is to rent. Louer is to rent. Louer, to rent. Louer, to rent. Louer, to rent. Next we have a cruise ship. So cruise ship. So we say cruise ship as in we, the English, or we who speak English, or some of us at least who speak English would say cruise ship. But the French say either le bateau de croisière, le bateau, you see boat, cruise ship, le bateau de croisière, or le paquebot. So, le bateau de croisière or le paquebot. So those are the two options when you're talking about cruise ship. You either say le bateau de croisière or le paquebot. Both are masculine. So you choose. It is up to you. I guess is which one you remember. Le bateau de croisière or le paquebot. So here's the vocabulary. So to cruise, both ways. Faire une croisière. So to cruise, as in to cruise, I guess it would be on a boat. Faire une croisière. Cruise, la croisière. This is a different type of cruise. It's not a cruise ship, just cruise. So you're not referring to the ship. When you say la croisière, you're referring to a different type of cruise, but you're not referring to the boat itself. So, here's the vocabulary again. To cruise both ways. Faire une croisière. And when it comes to cruise, and when we're talking about cruise and not as in the ship, when we're talking about that, a different cruise, not the one referring to the ship, not the cruise ship, just cruise. The transition is la croisière. La croisière. Last but not least, examples. So, I am boarding the cruise. No. More like I am boarding the cruise ship. No. So, I think I have two answers. There you go. So, je m'embarque maintenant sur le paquebot. Je m'embarque maintenant sur le paquebot. I am boarding the cruise now. Je m'embarque maintenant sur le paquebot. Or je monte maintenant à bord du bateau de croisière. So, je monte maintenant à bord du bateau de croisière. Both mean I am boarding the cruise ship. No, rather than a cruise, because I think maybe where I live, we would say cruise. There's actually a cruise ship. So, I am boarding the cruise ship now. Je m'embarque maintenant sur le paquebot. Ou je monte maintenant à bord du bateau de croisière. So, note briefly, s'embarquer sur le paquebot ou monter à bord du paquebot is to board the ship. So, s'embarquer sur le paquebot or s'embarquer sur le bateau de croisière. Monter à bord du paquebot ou monter à bord du bateau de croisière. They both mean to board the cruise ship. So remember everything you write here. S'embarquer sur le paquebot. To board the cruise ship. Next we have a train. So, yes, let me get it. Train. So the French translation for the word train is le train. I think that would be one of the easier ones to remember, le train. So the French translation for the word train is le train. So, as you know, we have our vocabulary associated with this word. You have to catch the train. I have to catch the train. You use, comment ça is devoir. Then prendre le train. Prendre le train. So to catch the train, prendre le train. Prendre le train. And that means to catch the train. If you want to say by train, it can be par le train or en train. Par le train ou en train. The reason why you use, the circumstances when you use them differ. But for now, these both mean by train. So if you want to say something happens, no, you have to do something, no. Yeah. So say you want to say you have to get from Michigan to Trinidad by train. I believe you use par le train. Is a yeah. You use par le train in that situation. But for now, both mean by train, par le train or en train. Last but not least, driver of train. So you have conducteur ou conductrice de train. So, le conducteur de train ou la conductrice de train. Either or. So, it would be conducteur when it's a male, and conductrice when it's a female. Next we have the subway. So subway or metro. So the French translation for the word subway or metro is le métro. Le métro. Shouldn't be too difficult to remember. Just remember the accent. So le métro. Because without the accent, it would be pronounced differently. Le métro with the accent is le métro with with that particular accent. So here's our vocabulary. To take the subway or metro, prendre le métro. Prendre le métro is the same thing with the train. Prendre le train. Prendre le métro. To take the subway or the metro. And here's our example. He takes the subway to work. Il prend le métro pour aller au travail. So il prend the subway, le métro to work. Pour aller au travail. And that is our example. So far we've looked at plane, l'avion, we've looked at boat, le bateau, we've looked at cruise, le paquebot ou le bateau de croisière. And now we looked at train, le train. And last but not least, not last, but the next we look at the metro or the subway, which is le métro, not le métro. Next we have a bus. So the English say bus, but the French say le bus ou le car. Le bus or le car. It really depends on what type of bus you're taking. So you would more say le bus when it's traveling among cities, I believe. You would more use le bus when the bus is traveling among cities, whereas le car, I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe you use le car when it's in the same city. Yeah, so if the bus is moving around in the same city, I believe you would say le car. So of course, next we have our vocabulary. So to take the bus is same like taking the train or taking the subway. Prends le bus or prends le car. Either or. So to take the bus, prends le bus ou prends le car. Either or. Next we have bus fare. Le tarif du transport en bus. Le tarif du transport en bus. And here we see transport en in brackets. So that means, that usually means that you can leave out that part if you see fit. It may not be necessary to include that part. So le tarif du transport en bus. And that is bus fare. That is one way to say bus fare. And last but not least, bus route. So, you know, for those who catch buses, most of the time the bus should have a bus route. Instead, in all circumstances, I think the bus should have a bus route. So, la ligne de bus. La, so that lets you know it's feminine. La ligne du bus. Sorry, not du, de. La ligne de bus. La ligne de bus. And last but not least, school bus. So you have le bus scolaire, like we see in the picture, le bus scolaire or le car de ramassage scolaire. So it could be either or for bus, school bus, le bus scolaire or le car de ramassage scolaire. Either or. So here's my example. Bob and Sapphire have to catch the bus to school since they don't have a car. So, Bob and Sapphire doivent, which is have to, doivent prendre le bus, catch the bus, prendre le bus, and we see the special word of the hour, le bus. Prendre le bus pour aller à l'école, puisqu'ils n'ont pas de voiture. So, they have to catch the bus to school since they don't have a car. Bob et Sapphire doivent prendre le bus pour aller à l'école puisqu'ils n'ont pas de voiture. So, we see prendre le bus, to take the bus. Le bus, bus. Next we have a car, which is, I think, one of the more, what is it? The more known? I apologize, but the more known, more or less, are the most used, maybe, form of transportation. So, in English we say car, but in French they say la voiture. La voiture. La voiture. Here's our vocabulary. So you have car battery, la batterie, la batterie. So battery, car battery, la batterie, la batterie. And that is car battery. Then you have by car, en voiture, en voiture, en voiture. That is by car. And last but not least, car accident, l'accident de voiture. And this one is masculine, even though voiture is feminine, because the subject really is, the subject is masculine. Sorry, I got a bit thing. So, l'accident de voiture, car accident. And in this case, it is a masculine because l'accident is masculine. So here's our example. The rich man has 5 cars. Le riche homme a 5 voitures. Le riche homme a 5 voitures. The rich man has 5 cars. So we see cars here. Voiture. Voiture. Le riche homme a 5 voitures. It has 5 cars. He has 5 cars, sorry. He has 5 cars. Next we have bicycles. So in French, bicycle is translated to le vélo. Le vélo. Le vélo. Oh yes, le vélo. Sorry about that. Le vélo. So here's some vocabulary associated with this means of transportation. You have to ride a bicycle, faire du vélo. So I guess it's kind of like, maybe it's considered a sport. Maybe. I guess it could be. It could be a sport because I think bike riding is a sport. But to ride a bicycle, faire du vélo, like if you oh no, I think was it. Oh, like faire du sport, faire du vélo. Bicycle bell, la sonnette de vélo, la sonnette de vélo, la sonnette de vélo. That's the bicycle bell. You know, some people, I don't really think, from what I've seen, I don't think people really use bells, but you never know. I don't think, like maybe you'll find it on a child's bicycle, but I don't think you see it on an adult bicycle, really. I haven't seen bicycles in a while, so I can't say, but nonetheless, is there one in this picture? So we see in the picture, there are bells on the, what side would this be? The left side of the handle, the left handle, sorry. The left handle, so la sonnette de vélo, la sonnette de vélo. And last but not least, bicycle helmet, which, if not all, most people should wear when riding a bicycle to keep, it helps keep us safe. So, bicycle helmet, le casque de vélo. Le casque de vélo. So, I'll repeat everything once again. So, bicycle, le vélo. Bicycle, le vélo. To ride a bicycle, faire du vélo. Faire du vélo. Bicycle bell, la sonnette de vélo. La sonnette de vélo. Bicycle helmet, le casque de vélo. Le casque de vélo. Next we have, I'm not sure how many more we have, guys. It could be, I think, two more, maybe. We'll see. But here we have motorcycle. So we just had bicycle, and now we have motorcycle. So the English say motorcycle, but the French say la moto. So they cut it down one time. I think we would say motorbike. That's a shorter version, but not really too short. Not really, if you really think about it. But nonetheless, the French cut it right down. They say la moto. So it's interesting. I have an M here. Don't mind the M. Is actually F is feminine. La moto. The la lets us know that it's feminine. Instead, let me take that out because I don't want you getting the wrong idea. So, there you go. So, the French say la moto, and that's feminine. La moto. La moto. And here we have our vocabulary. So our first our first term is motorcycle dealer. So the one who would sell you a motorcycle in the first place. Le vendeur de moto. Le vendeur de moto. That would be a man. So if you're a motorcycle dealer, well, I say you are, but if a motorcycle dealer was a man, was masculine, it would be le vendeur de moto. Le vendeur de moto. Le vendeur de moto. Whereas if it's a woman, it would be la vendeuse de moto. La vendeuse de moto. La vendeuse de moto. Next, we have motorcycle license, because you know you need a motorcycle license to ride a motorcycle. Le permis moto. Le permis moto. Le permis moto. Motorcycle license. Le permis moto. Le permis moto. Last but not least, motorcycle racing, la compétition motocycliste. La compétition motocycliste. La compétition motocycliste. La compétition motocycliste. And that is motorcycle racing. Because you know there are some people there who participate in motorcycle racing. And here is our example with the use of motorcycle but in French. So, I would like, we went through preferences last time. So, one of the things we learned was how to say would like. So, I would like a motorcycle for my birthday. Je voudrais une moto pour mon anniversaire. Je voudrais une moto pour mon anniversaire. So I would like, je voudrais, a motorcycle. So a motorcycle, une moto pour mon anniversaire, for my birthday. So we see une moto. That is the, well, une. Instead, let me leave it, but a motorcycle, une moto. Ow. So, next we have, oh, that was the end, guys. So, we went through everything. So, airplane, l'avion. Let's see. Airplane, l'avion. I'm going to try to remember them. So, that was airplane. Then we had boat, le bateau. Then we had cruise ship, which was le bateau de croisière. Or le paquebot. Those, and then we had, I think it was train, le train, meaning it's masculine, le train. Then we had subway or metro, le métro. Then we had, let's see, I think it's maybe we had bus. It was le bus or le car. Le bus or le car, depending, but yeah, le bus ou le car. That was bus. We had car, la voiture, the car. Then we had bicycle, I believe, and that one was le vélo. And last but not least, motorcycle. I think that was all. Hopefully it was. Last but not least, motorcycle. La moto, motorcycle. So, now that we have recapped everything, it is now time to practice. Hopefully, you guys remember enough from what we went through. So, how do you say? So, I'm going to give you the English and you tell me how to say it in French. So, the first one up is I am going to board the plane in 3 minutes. I am going to board the plane in 3 minutes. The next one is she would like a motorcycle. She would like a motorcycle. Number 3 is Harold and his nephew catch the bus every day. Harold and his nephew catch the bus every day. 4, the woman prefers, we went through preferences last week, the woman prefers the subway to the train. The woman prefers the subway to the train. Sorry about that. And last but not least, currently I am on a cruise ship. Currently I am on a cruise ship. So those are the 5 sentences or phrases, and they have to be basically translated into French. So number 1, I'm going to board the plane in 3 minutes. Number 2, she would like a motorcycle. Number 3, Harold and his nephew catch the bus every day. Number 4, the woman prefers the subway to the train. And last but not least, currently I am on a cruise ship. So, for those that are going to attempt and then look at the answers, I recommend that you pause here. For those who did not pause and are continuing, let's get to the answers. So, here we go. In French, number 1, je vais embarquer dans l'avion dans 3 minutes. I'm going to board the plane. Je vais embarquer dans l'avion in 3 minutes. Dans 3 minutes. So that is the first sentence. Next we have, she would like a motorcycle. Elle voudrait une moto. Elle voudrait une moto. Next we have Harold. Oh, Harold et son neveu prennent le bus chaque jour, ou Harold et son neveu prennent le bus tous les jours. So the 2 ways of saying every day is either chaque jour ou tous les jours. And yes, or tous les jours. And let's see. And we see the sentence. So Harold et son neveu prennent le bus chaque jour ou tous les jours. La femme préfère le métro au train. So the woman prefers the subway to the train. La femme préfère le métro au train. And we looked at preferences last time, I believe. So préfère comes from préférer, as should be known by the class. Hopefully. Last but not least, currently, en ce moment, je suis sur un paquebot ou je suis sur un bateau de croisière. So currently, I'm on a cruise ship. Yep. Currently, I am on a cruise ship. En ce moment, je suis sur un paquebot ou je suis sur un bateau de croisière. And those are the answers to the, I guess you could say questions. Like, yes, you could say questions, or the answers to the questions. Un moment, s'il vous plaît, un instant, s'il vous plaît. Alors, merci. Un instant. Alors, so here we go to the next one. I think these were the only 2 activities I did. I don't think I have any more activities after this, but hopefully you enjoyed enough to try things on your own. Hopefully. So here you have match the following. Voiture, train, moto, avion, vélo, métro, car. So I have given you 7 words. Voiture, train, moto, avion, vélo, métro, et car. Those are the 7 words I gave you. In French, and here we have the English: airplane, subway, bicycle, bus, train, motorcycle, car. So here you have it: airplane, subway, bicycle, bus, train, motorcycle, car. So for those who are going to do it, I recommend that you pause now, and the rest of us will get to the game. Well, not the game, more like the practice. So, let's go. I have voiture. Oh, excuse me. So, la voiture, car. La voiture, car. And remember, it's feminine. La voiture, car. Next, we have train. Le train, train. I think that should be one that everyone gets right. Le train, train. Le train, train. Le train, train. So it's not la train, it's le train, train. Next we have moto, la moto. So you know it's feminine, la moto, motorcycle. La moto, motorcycle. I think that one was relatively okay as well, or at least it should have been. La moto, motorcycle. L'avion, airplane. L'avion, airplane. La vie en airplane. L'avion, airplane. I remember it's masculine, even though you don't see the what would you call that? Even though you don't see the definite article, le or la, it is masculine, so it's l'avion. Next we have vélo, le vélo, le vélo, le vélo, and that is bicycle. Le vélo, bicycle. And remember that vélo is masculine, it is not feminine, so le vélo. Next we have metro, which is subway or metro. Le metro, subway or metro, le metro. And last but not least, le car, which is bus. Le car, bus. So don't mix that up with car. It is le car, but it is bus in English. And car is la voiture. So that is the end of the presentation. Merci pour votre attention. Have a great night.